We are back. It is time for the men's bowl final between Beltway Elite from Washington, D.C. and Kansas City.
Hey, get off the pitch!
Find my first Kansas City. Look for him. I think I have two.
Off the field!
And we're getting ready to go here. John Broker back with Ken Pape, and Beltway kicks off. And does not get, comes down with the ball at the end, and Hightower goes in to move the ball across.
A lot of gaps here created by the Kansas City side. Their defense is not coming up flat. Doesn't look as if.
Only one.
Here we go. Ball moving to the left here. Pass outside, breaking back inside. He's got a bit of movement here. He got wrapped up by the Kansas City defense. What a big thumping tackle. Ball jarred loose and recovered. It looks like Kansas City's going to get the ball back.
And we have an advantage here from referee Berard. It's going to be a scrum here for Kansas City. Kansas City is in white.
They had a little bit of an unstructured defense there, kind of gaps all over the field. They were able to recover and really put a thumping on.
This bowl final here at the USA Rugby Club Sevens. Kansas City looks to move it. Little switch back in there. Nice work as they get the ball off to Aaron Martin. Aaron Martin been a big factor here all day, and there is Mills. Mills, a key part of this team, and Mills is headed for the sticks. He's a player, number 12, Edward Mills. Mills puts it down for the first 5-pointer. Right under the post, and he's been involved in the USA setup before, Ed. Been a long-time Sevens player. Great to see him touch a try down in his bowl final.
Beltway really need to work on their tackling there. They had 2 or 3 missed tackles in that let-off transition there, which gives Kansas City an opportunity to break through.
Beltway's had a long weekend, that's for sure.
Well, Beltway was there. They had the defensive structure in place to stuff them in the corner there, but unfortunately their tackling didn't allow to stop it. We got Sir Mix-a-Lot, Alex, DJ Alex, unreal, great selection.
I think he's just playing to you at the moment, Ken. That's how it's going. So
I keep slipping him dollars. I don't know if that helps.
Bowl final, Kansas City. Mills to kick off, puts it up above a couple of his players there. Kevin Schwartz going for it, but David Hightower sneaks through a space. Hightower may be gone. Hightower has some speed. He's got a player hunting him down. He's got 2 hunting him down, and for a change doesn't make it all the way and has to go play it on the ground. And good play there by Kansas City to hold him in.
Well, when your team is not supporting you on your run, I mean, you're going to get tackled. You're going to have to give up the ball. Now, Kansas City on the counterattack here.
Kansas City looks like they are going to go the distance.
Nobody's going to catch him.
Hendrick Scott is going to canter in by Kendrick Scott. And they extend their lead to. Sorry. Yes, they extend their lead to 10-0. Looking at the stadium scoreboard. Been added up slightly wrong for a second.
Well, early
so
on,
10-0,
Kansas City had a safety.
Kansas City.
So there was a safety scored. So 2 points were allotted to the Beltway side.
And Beltway going to want to certainly come back from this. And Mills lines it up again.
You know what I'm really excited about? The Marine Corps' new sponsorship with USA Rugby.
That's, you are on the USA Rugby Congress or board or one or the other and very involved and from the Empire GU. Can you tell us a little bit about that sponsorship? Tell us what you know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a former Marine sniper. I love everything about it. I was not involved in that process at all. USA Rugby did a tremendous job of securing that. But what a great mix. Now, if you watch any of the recruiting videos, there's a piece where a Penn State player, Penn State women's player, is actually transitioning from a game into the boot camp, which is really cool.
Fantastic. And that try was converted, so it's 12-0. And Hightower comes down with it. Hightower finds some space again.
Bye-bye.
Let's see what he can do now. He's got Mills coming across, and Mills can tackle. Steps inside. He's a powerful runner. A lot to bring down.
Go to the flag.
Now ball moved across. They got some runners if they can hang on to it. Ball slips, and they're going to have to recycle. Kansas City in there quickly, but a penalty against Kansas City for not allowing that player to release. Let's see what they can do here as they're going to dot down quite easily under the sticks. It's going to be 12-5 with kick to come. Beltway Elite.
Hightower I think he could have high-stepped it into the corner there and had a lot easier chance. You know, I don't know if it's the macho or the man's. I don't know what's going on, but you're seeing a lot of players choose a more difficult path when I think he simply could have just picked the flag and gone right at it.
So I'll tell you something. I was David Hightower's first rugby coach.
And I know that you had to have told him.
What I'm saying is, so he's a track coach during the fall and the spring. So summer sevens all he does. So his rugby, his athleticism is amazing. He's a sevens only player, and sometimes those little things like heading for the corner right there slip him because normally he's just gone. You know, he's
got the speed,
hurdler, a track star. Yeah,
he's got the speed.
Track coach at Loyola. I mean, that's what he does, and he's in incredible shape. But sometimes just those little things, right? He could have just gone for the corner there. And there he is in the air.
Creating a turnover. That actually was a knock-on. I'm surprised that the referee didn't catch that.
There's some space. They go.
There's some
got
space.
Some speed there for
Going
Beltway.
to the flag.
And 12-10.
He ran right at the flag.
Nostradamus and a great coach, Ken Pape. If only they'd listen to you, Ken.
I think maybe if they had an earpiece in. So when are we going to have you come up to Colby Sawyer College where you know I'm coaching at? When are you going to come up and have a visit?
As soon as I can. As soon as it gets really cold.
It sounds like you're not coming. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure the folks at home are agreeing. We'd love to have you come up. We'd love to have you have a look around. It's our first year going varsity, NCAA Varsity Women's League.
That's awesome. Amazing.
I'll tell you, growing the game in the U.S., it's phenomenal.
Yeah, congratulations. They're doing some great work at Colby Sawyer there. So you split your time, you come down here sort of summers?
So I work about 6 months out of the year, and then the other 6 months I get to spend it with my family. We just got back from the Bahamas. Beautiful.
Oh, great. And Kansas City now with under 10 seconds to go on the game clock in this half. Well, everything all tied at 12 here. They get it out to that great runner. Kendrick Scott hauled down.
And the Buick Regal horn has sounded. I really like the moxie of this Kansas City side.
Yeah. And Mills is just keeping them going here. Just doing a great job. That was Cody Weber. The ball goes up to the moving across. And back
great overload on the left side there.
Yeah, they do have some numbers. This Kevin Schwartz needs to get this ball in his hands here and just pivot it across. I think they can put it in. But rushing defense, and he's going to have to go up the middle as the big fella.
Well, now they got numbers back on this side. Let's see how this works.
Looks for Kendrick Scott, doesn't find him. And we may be at halftime. I believe we are tied at 12 here in Kansas City versus Beltway in this bowl final. Exciting second half of rugby to come. John Brugger with Ken Pape. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this Flow Rugby production of the Bowl Final here at USA Club 7's, kicking off the men's championship games. We have Ed Mills from Kansas City in white about to kick off to Beltway Elite. Great 7 minutes coming. This is John Broker with Ken Pape. Ken, all tied up. Who needs to do what here?
Well, you're going to see the high-flying attack of Kansas City against this Beltway speed. I think that both sides really need to stick to their game plan. When it gets to unstructured play, try to bring it back into some structure. And I think that's going to help both sides. I think the Kansas City's going to pull it out, though.
Kansas City moves it back across the field. The ball to Brendan Nakbar. Nakbar knocks it on.
Admiral Nakbar.
And the ball is off to Beltway here. Beltway passes it out of the tackle. They're looking to get Peter Duca out on the left-hand side there. We come back for a high tackle, pretty obvious, and a zero tolerance area in the game right now. They got some runners out here if they can get it to them, and they should do, but that pass went just a little late. They still have them if they want to come.
Still have the numbers.
And they decide to go in with 2-on-2 instead of a 2-on-1. But no problem as Beltway gets through. Nostradamus may be wrong for a change. Kent Pape as Beltway touches down right near the sticks. And they're going to move ahead 17-12 in this bowl final.
It's still early on. We're only about a minute 15 into that. Hey, I hope Beltway gets some good run. I hope that Beltway's able to pull something out. They got some really young, nice players over there, really good young men. But I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Kansas City's able to pull it out. They've just got the discipline and the veteran leadership out there.
And the kick does not go through. It's just 5 points here. So a converted try would win it, or pull it ahead with 5 minutes ago anyway for Kansas City. And that was right near the sticks.
You know, sometimes the heat, the accumulation of sweat, you know, all these technical things that happen right before a kick. It's not. I mean, it looks really easy, but you're playing rugby all weekend. How much energy do you really have left?
The ball in Schwartz's hand. Schwartz moves it back. A little step there, and Kansas City looks to get a run on. And that is a good fend off, and he is away, and that is Aaron Martin. Aaron Martin cuts towards the center of the field. Aaron Martin headed towards the post. Aaron Martin going to tie it up here. It's 17s. Quick response from Kansas City.
What were you saying about Nostradamus being wrong?
Yeah, well, you know.
It happens, Jenny. I'll tell you, it's just that you got to like the Beltway side, but I'll tell you that Kansas City side, just like I said, with that veteran leadership, they've got a little bit of a bench out there. They can make some changes. They can bring some more speed if they want. They can bring some thumpers in if they want. They've got options. I don't know that Beltway has those same options.
They do that very well to bring that speed in, so we'll see how.
They're well matched up. The first 7 minutes of the game, they're well matched up. But once you start getting into that depth, that's where I think Kansas City pulls it off.
Ball up there for Hightower to run onto, but he gets the Duca. Duca's down the right-hand side.
He's gone.
And we may see him gone, but there's a good chase here.
Whoa!
Oh, good that at least slows him down. And in the tackle, he forces the knock on there. It's going to be a scrum for Kansas City deep in their own end, but that is a clear try-saving effort.
I don't think he expected him to be there.
I'm not sure either, but it was well done. Took him down, and it made a huge difference.
Well, it saves you 5 points, certainly. You look down, you see Mike Tolkien along with Andrew Britt watching the games, trying to figure out if there's any players out there for that young New York side.
Yeah, Rugby United had a good chat with Tolkien earlier. The video will be available on Flow Rugby this week. And he talked about, you know, really trying to get a lot of players from the Northeast here, really bringing the Northeast attitude and flavor to that Rugby United side.
They're really committed to growing the game in the area, too, which is a great effort. They've been in talks. James Kennedy and his group in talks with Empire G about expansion. It's just a great opportunity for everyone.
Yeah, this is a great step for a lot of areas. So, and I'm sure with guys like yourself and Tolks and Kennedy, will wind up well in this area as Kansas City elects to go to the boot and put it deep. And Beltway, a lone player. Yeah.
Well, the Beltway's not retreating, not giving any assistance to their player. I mean,
great job to hold his feet, though, and
that's impressive.
see where the ball comes across here as a long pass out there.
He's lucky nobody died on that pass.
Yeah. They do have a number here if they can move this ball outside, and there he is. He was hauled down before. Aaron Martin has Duca held in, though, and he can't get away with that one either.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty. You can't really just lay there, can you?
Yeah, player was kind of over the ball and couldn't do much. Little wily defensive play, too. Hold him down on the ground.
If you look at Beltway, they've gotten a little bit thicker in the middle of the field. I'd like to see Kansas City put it to the outside and let their burners get a burn on. I don't think you can beat the Beltway side in the middle of the pitch right now. You can't really do that either, can you?
Yeah, and it's going to be a penalty Beltway now, so we're at 2 points here in it between these teams. If Beltway can score, they can win this one. We'll see how.
Don't be surprised if you see Beltway thump it in here a little bit, draw the defense in, and then move back to the outside, get some space.
Stay tuned after this as we have the women's plate final coming up. Followed by the men's plate final, then the third and fourth place games, and then the finals at around 5 and 5:30. As our exciting day 2 of rugby here on Flow Sports continues. And there is PJ Kamagnan, a veteran sevens player, probably in what he's calling his last hurrah, but puts up a little bit of an errant pass there. And Beltway could use his experience, but didn't quite work out there.
The fans have come out on the local buildings. They're in the roofs watching the game. We've got about, I'd say, a good 1,000 folks up in the. Look, what a duck move that was. What a great move. Now, if he goes to the flag, he's away. Good pass.
Nice little move
well
there
done
by Dalton Humphrey.
Dalton Humphrey with the roll in.
Yeah, and Dalton Humphrey gives it to Aaron Martin, and Aaron Martin scores a try.
Shocking. Aaron Martin, another try. He is really on fire. Oh, he just waved into Coach. He is done for the day.
Yeah.
He said, Coach, I've
I
had
think he's
about
all
enough.
set. We're just at under 30 seconds here. And this game is nearly over. It looks like Kansas City is going to be the bowl champion. We'll stay tuned for the Women's Bowl Championship right after this. Tiff Fahey and Miri Baker coming back in for that one.
They are a fun bunch to listen to.
They
I'll tell
are.
you what. Usually between our games, you like to go down, you like to get a fresh water, you like to freshen up a little bit to get back in the booth. I don't leave. I love listening to those two. I don't know what they're saying, but it's exciting, and they are
good
very
banter.
animated.
Yeah.
They're back and forth.
They're certainly enjoying their weekend. And there goes the siren. Our stadium clock is out. We have time for one last kickoff.
Game is not over. It's only a 7-point game. If you're Kansas City, you just want to keep the pressure on. Maybe you have a nice short kick here so that you can at least contest it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is run down.
Ball there to PJ Kamagnan. Kamagnan moves it across. They're going to look for one more here out of their day. And here goes Beltway Elite. Kansas City tenaciously in there on defense, and they've scooped it up. They can just boot it out and win this game, or they can go for another try, which is my thinking on what they will do. As Dalton takes it. And that way, that time they decide just to put it in the stands. Another lucky Subway takes on the ball. End of the game, 24-17. Kansas City, your bowl champions here at the USA Rugby Club 7. John Broger with Ken Pape. We're going to be up after this next women's game. Enjoy. We'll talk to you in a bit.